Alright, so it wouldn't be a fry update if I didn't get the Belheri Rainbows, which is my original 100 free baby fish video. And I kind of like that. I think I might continue to do the 100 free baby fish every time I get a huge spawn. So this is my like original spawn off of the Belheri Rainbows. In there in a 55-gallon, fairly planted. I added a bunch of that Rotala yesterday, and that is Rotala rotundifolia. Our lighting is a Beamswork LED. This is the high output 65K light here, and then I just undid that. Put that back in there. Okay, there we go. And then filtration is 2 sponges, and I added that solely for, you know, current and aeration. It will filter, will do its job, but that is there for just to give them current to swim in and add to circulation throughout the tank. But they're doing good. They're being fed grindle worms and brine shrimp and aquarium co-op small fish and fry food. And then I also feed them ground up flakes, which is New Life Spectrum, cobalt brine, and then cobalt spirulina. So they're growing out well. I've got like 1 colon here. There's one with only 1 eye, which, to be honest, I may actually just keep him and, you know, put him out in the pond and let him live, or, you know, put him in one of my personal tanks and just don't breed him. But I don't know where he is. It's like you gotta catch him on the right side, and you'll see he's only got 1. But quite a few of them are up to, well, that big one there is probably 1.25 inches. There's a few bigger ones that are over 1 inch now. So then we've also got these little ones up here. You can tell are still like barely a 1/2 inch. So just the way rainbows work, those guys are out competing them, so it's causing like an uneven growth rate. But they're only like 8 to 10 days hatch rates apart. So you think that guy, you know, if he's 1 inch, then those guys in 8 days would be 1 inch, but that's not it. They're just out competing, they're eating more, and they've been doing that the entire time. So the entire time they've been able to outgrow them. So that's kind of how it's just like a vicious progression to where they're just consistently out competing. But I just keep them all together. It's easy, so I just do that. But they're all doing well. Really happy with them. Alright, so these are the fish that replace the rams in their 10-gallon. And they are albino kribensis. So I had some kribensis for a little while. Thought they were a pair. They weren't. I went ahead trading them in. Then I saw these, and there were only 3 of them. If they had, you know, 5 of them, I would have got 5, or even probably 6. But yeah, they weren't cheap and they weren't easy to find. And, you know, the reason I have them is because albino kribensis look good, especially when they get old. Because kribensis have those little bits of pink and red in them, and blue. It's just going to really, those little bits of color, those hues, are going to be very vibrant because they don't have any of the dark color in them to kind of, you know, mask those. So hopefully that's like a male and a female right there. But I've got 3 of them in here, and fingers crossed I got a male and a female in here. I really hope so. So we'll just have to see. I don't even know if albinos always breed albino babies. So, you know, I'm sure there's a good chance I'm going to get a majority of albinos, but I might not even get all albinos. So we'll just have to see. Either way, I'm really excited to work with them. Alright, so for the spotlight of this update, we have all of the Electric Blue Acara here. So I don't know how many that is. I'm assuming it's over 100. So basically, this tank, we need to go ahead and put the Electric Blue Acara in. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now, and basically just let you guys watch. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is a little bit of interior decorating. I'm going to add some terracotta pots just to give them some places that they can kind of hide in. I already added 2 little of the terracotta tubes. I think you can see here, the Pleco ones. They're the terracotta watering spikes. But yeah, I'm going to add some of these real quick, give them some more structure in there so they can feel safe. We've got, you know, half of a bigger one here that I'm going to place in there. And, you know, hopefully they'll like it a little bit more. Alright, so I think that's good. I think I'm missing one more thing, you guys. I don't have any wood in here, so that's got to change. I'm going to grab some wood, figure out how to cram wood in here, and then I think we're done. So I'm going to do that real quick, and we'll be right back. Alright, so after a quick bout of OCD, and maybe an hour later, I've got the tank kind of rescaped and ready for him. So what I decided to do, I added some more terracotta pots, a couple terracotta tubes, some rocks, a piece of driftwood, and an Anubias coppifolia tied to the driftwood. Little rocks, that bigger clay pot. That's for the parents. Hopefully they kind of feel comfortable. They can run somewhere. Babies can run somewhere. I'll probably get some plecos in here at some point in time. I kind of wanted it to be ready to go. Now, the only thing that's not going to be permanent in that setup there is these plants. If they don't do good, they're just coming out. The Rotala will, but the Amania gracilis might not, so it might come out, or it might be given away or sold. Salicifolia, I definitely have too much, so a lot of that is going to come out because I know it's just going to overgrow. So that's really going to be for sale. But anyways, tank's ready, looks good enough to me. Lots of leaves in there. I'm probably going to add a few more catappa leaves because I like my water brown for my South Americans. So anyways, let's go ahead and get some fish in here, guys. Alright guys, so we are done. Finally, I've got all the babies in here, I'm pretty sure. So I've got the tank just over like halfway drained over there. What I'm gonna have to do is fill it back up. I'm actually gonna move the light, so I had the tank there, and for some reason I had my mystery snail hatchery there, and that was just a bad idea because the hatchery fits great there and the tank fits way better there. So I don't know why I did that. I think it's because I was gonna do them in both places. No, I remember I had a drain line running through the floor for my dehumidifier, which sat right there. That's why I had it that way. But yeah, so I moved that there. That's just gonna be a million times better. I don't have to like, yeah, just you can tell that's not, yeah, I couldn't even get to the tank. But yeah, right there's a lot better. But I'm gonna fill that back up, get some light on it, and just keep an eye on it and look for fry. And I assume there'll be at least like a couple more in there. And as I see them, I will pull them out. But yeah, they're all in there. The parents are doing all right. There's a bunch of babies. Everything should be better this way now. I mean, this is not by any means an ideal breeding tank. It's going to be more difficult to feed. It's, you know, this all came to me now, of course, but more difficult to feed, harder to cull. I mean, just all in all, more difficult to do it like this. That being said, all these plants are not going to stay in here. I want to get rid of all this Rotala, most of the hydro as well, and then probably like all these stem plants. I'll keep some Crips and Nubius and some of these hydros in, and then, you know, but it's good enough for now, definitely. It'll look good too, which I will enjoy a lot. I love it when my breeding tanks look good. It's just, it relieves my stress to look into a tank full of babies that are growing out that, you know, at some point I should see profit on. That it also looks good too. It doesn't look horrible. It doesn't look, I don't know, just bland and bad. So I really enjoy it when they look like this. But anyways, that's it for the Acaras. They're doing good. I got high hopes for them. I expect them to do a lot better in this tank. It also means I don't have to do 50% water change every single other day. And of course, there's no way 200 Acara could have grown out in a 10. There's no way 200 Acara can grow out in a 55. That being said, I mean, I do have more tanks. We have 275s that they could absolutely go into. The 100 they could go into if I wanted. Speaking of the 100, my German Blue Rams are checking it out, just traveling around. I love how they just travel together, their pair. It really is cute just watching them scoot around together. So anyways, that's it for this tank.